The American Revolution, often portrayed as a conflict between the 13 colonies and Great Britain, had far-reaching consequences that extended beyond the shores of North America. In colonial India, a distant outpost of the British Empire, the revolutionary struggle in America reverberated in unexpected ways, shaping political discourse, inspiring anti-colonial sentiment, and influencing the trajectory of India's own struggle for independence. This article explores the forgotten connection between India and the American Revolution and its lasting impact on the subcontinent. India's position within the British Empire. During the late 18th century, India was under the control of the British East India Company, a powerful trading company that held significant political and economic sway over vast territories in the Indian subcontinent. British rule in India was characterized by exploitation, economic extraction, and political domination, leading to widespread discontent among the Indian population. 1. Economic exploitation. The British East India Company's control over India's economy, particularly through the imposition of heavy taxes and trade monopolies, fueled resentment among Indian merchants and artisans, who faced economic hardships and restrictions on their livelihoods. 2. Political oppression. British rule in India was marked by authoritarian governance, discriminatory policies, and the suppression of dissent. Indian rulers and elites, marginalized by British colonial policies, sought avenues for resistance and autonomy within the confines of colonial rule. 3. Cultural exchange. Despite the asymmetrical power dynamics of colonialism, India's encounter with Western ideas and values, including those espoused by the American Revolution, contributed to a broader discourse on freedom, democracy, and self-determination among Indian intellectuals and reformers. The impact of the American Revolution on colonial India. The American Revolution served as a catalyst for political awakening and resistance in colonial India, inspiring anti-colonial sentiment and shaping the trajectory of India's own struggle for independence. 1. Ideological influence. The principles of liberty, equality, and self-government espoused by the American Revolution resonated with Indian intellectuals and reformers, who saw parallels between the American colonists' struggle against British tyranny and India's own aspirations for freedom from colonial rule. 2. Mobilization and resistance. The American Revolution inspired Indian leaders and activists to mobilize against British colonialism, leading to movements for political reform, social justice, and national liberation. Figures such as Raja Ram Mohan Roy and Dadabhai Naoroji drew inspiration from the American Revolution in their calls for Indian self-rule and democratic governance. 3. Legacy of resistance. The legacy of the American Revolution lived on in India's struggle for independence, serving as a source of inspiration and solidarity for generations of Indian nationalists and freedom fighters. The principles of liberty, democracy, and human rights championed by the American revolutionaries continued to guide India's quest for sovereignty and self-determination. Conclusion. The forgotten connection between India and the American Revolution underscores the global dimensions of colonial resistance and liberation movements in the 18th and 19th centuries. While geographically distant, the revolutionary struggle in America resonated with colonial subjects across the world, inspiring aspirations for freedom, justice, and equality. As India embarked on its own journey towards independence, the legacy of the American Revolution served as a beacon of hope and a reminder of the universal quest for dignity and self-rule.